Hey everybody, it's your girl Nell, and it is Saturday, October 10th or October 11th. It's Saturday here in the Tampa Bay area. And first of all, I just want to say, which is maybe kind of obvious to you, that we survived Big Milt, and that's a great thing. I am really happy and excited that we were able to survive this Category 5 hurricane that came through. I've recorded this video, the introduction to this video, maybe about 3 or 4 times because I am at a loss for words as to how I feel about this whole hurricane situation, how I feel about Big Mill. I am just happy that my family survived, that my neighbors survived, that people that I am associated with, that they were able to survive the storm. I'm just happy about that. Um, the devastation here in Florida, in the Tampa Bay area, first from Helene and now Big Milk, is devastating. It's catastrophic. And my heart goes out to everyone who has lost their homes or their property. That is heartbreaking. Right now, I believe 1.3 million Floridians right now are without power. My children are 2 out of that 1.3 million that, has lost their power. So according to the power companies, the latest that the power should be restored will be restored is late next week, maybe Thursday or Friday, but even that's not a definite thing. So a lot of businesses have not opened yet. We still don't have gas. It's just a lot. My husband and I went to one of our grocery stores here, and it was open, but there was really nothing inside of it. Well, let me put it to you like this: the outer realms of the the grocery store with all the good fresh food, they were kind of out of that. There was no they had juice, but there was no fruit, no vegetables. The healthy things were not in stock. Um, all the bad things, the toxic things for your body, they were there, like chips, um, cheeses, cookies, pop, or what they call soda here, um, cereals, all of those things that are really, everything that has preservatives and all of that stuff, they were in stock. But the things that my husband and I need, and that we like to bring it to our home to sustain us as healthy, it wasn't, they didn't have any of that. And let me tell you about the line. I think the Walmart here in our neighborhood still had gas, and the line to get to that Walmart in both directions, I had never seen anything like that, not even at Christmas time. The line went for blocks to get gas, and I think that was the only place in our area, immediate area, that has gas. So my husband and my son, we were discussing it today, that we are limited in our gas tanks at this time. And so, which means that we're going to have to really curtail our activities. My husband may not be able to go to work on Monday because of our gas situation. We'll have any gas. He may be able to get there, but he might not be able to get back. My son works fairly close to our home, and same situation. He may be able to get there, but he'll have to walk back home. So we're making do. We survived the worst of it, and now the rebuilding process happens. So a lot of Floridians are stressed out. I know I am, just being on the road and seeing uprooted trees, seeing the flooding, it's really heartbreaking, and it does something to your nerves. You know, everyone is on edge. Everyone. You know, I would not be surprised if children are not on the edge because, you know, I know parents are, we parents are on the edge. It's just a lot, you know. So, that's what's been going on here. I'm in the tiny studio today because I had class, and then I had some homework I needed to complete today. And I decided that, you know, why don't I just come on the channel, let you know that we're doing well. We survived Big Milk, and also talk to you about some other things that I have going on in my home. I am preparing right now to decorating my home for the fall. I think I already told you some of this, that I re redecorated the primary bedroom and the ensuite, and I am in a process of redoing the tiny studio. My son measured the windows here in the tiny studio because I have some more, I'm putting more blinds up and some more curtains and things like that. So he's going to get those items. He's going to put those items up for me probably either this evening or tomorrow or maybe Monday. I appreciate that. And I'm getting ready to take down my Tams, and I'm going to put something else up. And I was thinking of, I have another picture that I used to have up on the wall behind me, and I'm thinking about putting that up to get ready for the winter. It doesn't have wintry colors or anything. It's just, you know, I want to just, it's in my spirit to evolve with the seasons. I don't know if you are that type of person, but it's in my spirit to evolve and to change things up as the seasons begin to change. I think it has a lot to do with my walk, my spiritual walk, my spirituality, my connection with the universe and the divine. And I'm just changing, just like the seasons change. And here in Florida, our seasons really don't change. You know, not like it did up in Michigan. In Michigan, of course, you know, you have 4 seasons. Sometimes, you know, 1 or 2. But the seasons do change. You do see nature change. Here in Florida, it's green all the time. You know, we have our fall, winter, to me, is the best time of year. Fall, winter, and spring. Because the temperature is not too hot. There's no humidity. And the leaves do change a little bit. Some trees, the leaves brown and fall off. You know, that does happen here. Not all trees, but there is a process, a birthing, and you know, a cycle with the trees as well. It may not be as evident in the fall, with the fall, because of the type of trees that are native to the Midwest. But here in the South, there is a definite change of seasons. It's just not that readily noticeable as you would have, let's say per se in Michigan. So I'm going through some processes myself with changing things up, becoming more intentional with my surroundings. So I am in the process. I'm a person, I think I talked to you about this before. I love depression glass. I love crystals. Of course I love crystal, but I love crystal china, and think crystal vases and bowls and things like that. Preferably Waterford, and any type of antique crystal or vintage crystal. I'm really into it. But when I really started collecting glass, I started back in the mid 90s or late 90s. I used to collect teacups, or teapots is what I collected. And so I had like 100 teapots. Before I moved here to Florida, I had a great number of teapots. I eventually gave them away. I had so many. And right now I was into collecting silver teacups or teapots and servings. And so I'm really starting to get back into that, collecting that. But I really love depression glass. And I've had several pieces of depression glass over the years. And here is an example of depression glass. Now, I believe this was made by the Federal Glass Company, and it's in the style. It's in the style of princess. That's the name of the style or the pattern. And if I'm incorrect, please let me know. I've just ordered some books on depression glass so I can really become educated about it, and so that, I won't be, possibly giving out misinformation or disinformation like I just probably did 2 seconds ago. But I really believe, from what my information showed, this is in the princess cut, and this particular style was manufactured by the Federal Glass Company. So this is the cup, and this is the corresponding saucer. And so I love this so much. I've had this set, and I have I think there are 5 of them. I've had this collection for about 25 years. Yes, for about 25 years. And occasionally I drink tea from it. I drink coffee or what have you. But I really stopped using them because they became expensive. It was expensive when I purchased this from an antique store in Detroit. And when I bought them, they were expensive. I think I paid about $80 for the whole set, maybe more, maybe $100. And they were expensive. Depression glass was really expensive back in I want to say the late 90s and to the 2000s. It was just very expensive. And so I had a pink vegetable bowl, a pink depression glass bowl. I think it was a vegetable bowl, and I had that, and I used to sit that on my fireplace. And when I lived in the D, and when I came, well, before I moved to Florida, one of my children accidentally dropped it, and it broke. And so I was so distressed about that. I was so hurt about it, because even though I told my children I'll be able to get another one, I knew that with the prices being so high on depression glass, I knew that it was going to be a long time before I acquired another bowl, right? And fortunately for me, the market in depression glass has dropped considerably. And so I have been able to start back collecting the way I would like to. And so recently I purchased several sets, but because of the storm, only one particular set arrived, which was yesterday. But I'm guessing that the other packages will arrive sometime next week. That's when I'm expecting them. But I found some more depression glass that I like. You have to excuse my nails because I have not done anything to them yet. So, and the reason why, I know I'm going off subject a little bit, but the reason why I haven't really had time I decided not to do anything to my nails is because it's time for me to wash my locks. It's October, and if you are a long time Tiny Studio guest, you know that I should have washed my hair maybe back in late August or early September, because that's when I wash my hair. I want to say I wash my hair about 4 times a year, and it usually corresponds with the seasons. So it's really, I'm beyond the time to wash my locks. And I noticed that last night. It's another thing I noticed about my locks as well. As they begin to lengthen, they irritate me. They get on my last nerve. It's hard to sleep. I have some cooling pillows that I purchased from Target that work really well, and I am in that stage of life in womanhood where I have hot flashes. And I bought some really nice cooling pillows, and they are fantastic. And I'm sure they're even more fantastic and more wonderful than I really have yet to realize, because I am many times with my hair wrapped up in a tam or something. I'm actually lying on my hair and not exactly the pillow. Can you understand what I'm saying? Because when you have all of this and then you tuck it into a sleeve, or you tuck it into a tam and you're laying down on the pillow, what you're actually feeling is not exactly the pillow. You're feeling your hair. And as my hair began to lengthen, it becomes annoying to me. So I was telling my daughter the other day that when my hair reaches a certain point, it just it just starts growing non-stop. It's just, and it's getting to that point where it's just, it's getting very long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash my hair, and then I'm going to braid it up. Underneath all of this hair, I know I'm way off the subject. First I was talking about the depression glass, and now I'm talking about my lock. Let's look inside real quick, right? Okay. I'm a semi-freeformer. So here is my hair. It's so much new growth down in here. I let me tell you, I'm trying to get my finger down to the scalp, and I can't, because it's so much hair, so much new growth. So that's why I need to go ahead and wash it really well, condition it, and then braid it. And then I'm probably going to get some type of relief because when I braid my hair and I curl, I take it down eventually, and it becomes curly and whatnot. I feel my hair is not as heavy per se, and it really doesn't get in my way because I can just put it up. I can style it. I can do all the things I like to do when my hair is curled, when I do a braid out. But when it's just straight like this, it's annoying. It's super, super annoying. And it's annoying right now. And on top of that, let me tell you, having a whole lot of hair, or what my grandmother likes to call having all this wool on my hair, and then I am having hot flashes, oh my God, I cannot even begin to tell you how bad the hot flashes can become, and how my hair contributes to it, to the heat. So I think I'm really going to do that. I think when I wash my hair and I then braid it up, I'm going to receive a lot of relief, and I'm probably going to keep those braids in for as long as I can. As long as I can stand it, I'm going to keep those braids in, because, ooh, child, this hair is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And it's getting longer again. My locks, the longest my locks have ever been, they have gone past my butt. And right now they are, let me see, they're starting to hit the middle of my back. So that's just how it is. I'm going to get it together. And then with my daughter, her locks are very, very long. And I just bought some tools, some crochet hooks, so I can be able to lock her hair, because her hair is super long. And I know that once I really get into her locks and begin to retwist them, not retwist really, begin to really, what do I want to call that? When I really begin to retie or relock her hair, or really, tighten up the locks, I already know her hair is probably going to be at her behind when I finish with that, because her hair is very long, very long. Okay, so anyhow, I was talking about the depression glass, right? Right. Okay, so with the depression glass, the market has dropped. And when you go on certain sites like eBay, or when you go on Facebook Marketplace or Etsy, and you see the prices, I mean, for me, I had to use some discipline. I had to use some discipline and really sit back and think, what do I want to pick up? And I decided that I wanted to, one of the things that's important with collecting that I have found is that collecting is a really great thing. It can get out of hand when you decide that you want to collect things because you're going to resell them. As you are collecting certain items, your thought is, I'm getting these items not for my own pleasure, but because I know there's a market for it and I can make money. Now, being a collector and then being a business person too, sometimes that can be that those boundary lines, or those lines can become between personal and business, they can become muddled. And then you will find yourself collecting with an eye for reselling. And if the items that you have collected that you don't like and they do not sell, or you're not able to sell them, then you have a whole bunch of stuff that you don't like and that you don't need, and that it's taking up space in wherever you store those type of items. And I ran into that problem, that situation, when I was collecting my vintage Coach bags. I realized that there was a market for vintage Coach, and so I started just buying Coach bags, not based on the love that I have for them, but based on the fact that I could possibly resell and make money, you know? And especially when you're here on social media and you start collecting and you start, buying things, and you start doing these hauls and unboxings and things like that, you get into that realm, and then you start buying stuff, not because you actually like it, but because it's a means to an end. It becomes a business. And I realized, my husband was out buying Coach bags. I was buying Coach bags. He was buying Coach bags. My daughter was buying Coach bags. And we were just buying these Coach bags. But it wasn't because we really liked them. It was because we started seeing it from a different point of view, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with, buying things in order to resell them or to put them into your online boutique or store. There's nothing wrong with that if that is what you want to do. But I would tell any person who is into collecting, if you like something, if you want to collect what you like. Collect that which you have a personal love for, that you personally can use. Because let's say that you buy a certain thing and you're collecting it, but you're also, the purpose is to sell. What if that never sells? What if that handbag never sells? Then what are you going to do? I mean, if you don't like the bag, you're certainly not going to wear it. So it's just going to sit somewhere taking up space, giving off negative energy, when it could be replaced with something that's positive, that's going to bring in positive energy into your space, or into your realm, your closet, your storage area, wherever you keep the things that you collect. So I've learned that the important thing for me as a collector is to buy the things that I like. And when I buy them because I am going to use them, not because I want to resell them. And so as I noticed that the prices were falling for depression glass, I started to, get excited, because I was like, okay, so now I can build my collection and build it with the things that I like and that I like and that I am going to love. So I had been looking for this pattern, the princess pattern, from the Federal Glass Company. And I believe the Federal Glass Company began to manufacture glass, depression glass or glass during the depression era from maybe 1931 or 32 all the way up into 1938, 39. So in some cases 1940, if my knowledge is accurate from what I read. 1940 is the latest. And I have seen some really great pieces, and I purchased a set from the Federal Glass Company, and it's in the pattern of Madrid. So I got fortunate, and I found this wonderful, wonderful set. I believe it's a set of 6 of these beautiful, beautiful Depression era plates from the Federal Glass Company. And as I said, they began making or manufacturing these glass plates from the year 1931 or 32 all the way up to 1940. That's the latest that they made these Depression era plates. But I love this style. It's called Madrid. Isn't it beautiful? Now, it's smooth here, but then when you turn it to the back, the design is raised on the back. It is so beautiful. It feels so good. Isn't that beautiful? That I love the design. I love this. I love not only the pattern, but I love the design of the plate itself. It's just so beautiful, so different and unique. And what's so special about depression glass is that glass manufacturers, let's say from the 1920s to sometimes the 1950s, made these plates or designed these plates. And what they did was these plates were sometimes given out as gifts or as a buyer's incentive. Let's say you went to a grocery store and you bought a certain amount of groceries. With those groceries, you would receive a plate, right? So if you continue to go to that same grocery store, and bought whatever it was whatever the incentive was, to get this plate, that's what happened. That's what would happen. You would go to a store and or maybe the movies, or let's say to a fair or something like that, and they would give out plates. Now, for some people, if you went to a store and you purchased so much food or what have you, or a certain product, you would get a free plate, or you would get a cup, or this is like a creamer. This is a creamer. And you would just get one. So if you decided that you wanted to have a set, collect a set, that meant that you would have to come back to the store, purchase some more groceries or what have you, and spend your money, and then you would get another plate until you would have a whole set. So you would have a set, maybe 4 plates. You would maybe have this is a size 9.5. I want to say this is a luncheon plate, or this could be a dinner plate. Could be used as a dinner plate, but I would say this is more so a luncheon plate. And this is about a 9, size 9, 8.5, 9 inch plate. But I think this is a dinner plate. But you would get a dinner. You would either be collecting the dinner plates, or you would collect the bread plates, dessert bowls. Like I said, here's a creamer in the same pattern of Madrid, or you might collect a nice coffee cup or tea cup. And during the Great Depression, it was expensive to buy nice china and things of that nature. So these plates, they were fanciful enough that you could very well, invite someone over for dinner and not be embarrassed by the type of plates that you're using. Or being that they were so, cheap and inexpensive, you could, let's say one of your kids dropped a plate. You know, you wouldn't feel as if, oh my God, now I can't use the set because the plate is going. I'm gonna have to replace it. It didn't have to be like that. So you could either buy these plates as a collection or as a set from the company, from different stores may have had them, or as I said before, these were incentives to have customers come into the store and to buy a certain amount of product, and you know, they would get a plate, and if you continue to do that, you could build up your set in that way as well. So it was a really great, I want to say gimmick, it was a great gimmick, but the plates are beautiful. Okay, and this is one of the plates. So I bought 6 of them. Um, the young lady, or the person that I purchased this from, she said the set belonged to her great grandmother, and the way the plates look, it's as if they were never used, and if they were used, they may be used once or twice. I do see some, you know, I see the usual fork marks or knife marks on here, but it's very, very clear, and all the plates look like that. They're they're not super scratched or anything, you know, because usually with plates and things you have utensil marks on them, but these are in excellent condition, excellent use condition, EOC. So these are really, really great plates, and I'm so excited to have them and to be able to use them. And that was one of the things I told my daughter. My daughter was like, well, are you, the Tiny Studio system, she was like, well, are you buying these just to display them, you know, or did you buy them so that can we actually use them? I said, yes, we can actually use them, but those plates cannot go in the dishwasher. They are not dishwasher safe. These dishes have to be hand washed. I would not advise anyone to put dishes that are 90 to 100 years of age and older into the dishwasher. Just take the time to wash them yourself, because they didn't survive this long. They did not survive this long for you to put them into a machine to become discolored, you know, or no, you can take the time to hand wash them. Now, one of the things that I do understand about depression glass is that the older the depression glass, the lighter in color that they appear, or in pigmentation. So this depression glass by the Federal Glass Company is a pale, pale yellow. Okay, now you can tell next to this one. You see the color difference? This is lighter, and this is a little darker. So as years went on, then a different type of coloring was used in some of the products. And you will find this in basically all depression glass, different manufacturers, glass manufacturers. If they started out in 1929 and ended maybe sometime in 1930, in the 1930s or early 1940s, then the color pigmentation is going to be a little different. The older that the depression glass is, the lighter it appears. So, or the paler. So this is a great example. And here is another example. This is a little darker, of course, than this. It's like, and I can really see it here off camera. I can really see the difference. I don't know if you can see the difference. Let me see if I can hold it. But I think if you look at the handles, you can really see the difference. But I think you can see it on camera that there is a difference in colors. So I have 2 more sets coming, because I love depression glass, and I'm redecorating. I should say I'm decorating the home for the fall, and I have a tablescape in mind for my dining room table, and I'm going to use the colors of orange, and I have some iridescent glass coming, orange iridescent glass, or some people may call it carnival glass, but those are 2 separate things. So this is really iridescent glass, And I have some plates, or they're called grill plates, and I have bowls coming with that. And I'm also negotiating with a seller for the coffee cups to come with it, or the, I should say, coffee cups or the teacups that comes with it, and they are of the same family. I'm thinking, what was that called? I think it was I can't think of the name. I think it was Normandy. The pattern is called Normandy, and when it comes, I will definitely, of course, come on camera, come into the tiny studio to let you see it. But what I have to do now is, the seller really, she packed all of these items up so beautifully. It came with, like I said, these plates came with, there's 6 of them, and she gave me, her grandmother's gave me the creamer and the sugar bowl that went with it. So I have this, and then I have the sugar bowl that's in the dining room. So I am going to clean them, wash them today, and put them away. I think the tiny studio assistant can't wait to actually use them, and I'm excited for her. I've been teaching her about depression glass. And like I said, I collect the things that I love. I do collect them, such as my vintage coach. I collect that, and uh, silver silver tea and coffee servers. I collect those, and depression glass. I just love them. And unfortunately, when you start collecting um, glassware, vintage or antique glassware, then you start going into the subcategories of glassware. So now I'm into milk glass and hobnail. You know, what can I say? You know, I just love those type of things, and they bring me a certain type of joy, and I love to decorate with them. And the most important part thing that I love about collecting, especially when it comes to collecting things for the home, is that I like them to be, I like to use them as well. I don't want to just look at them and have pleasure from the eyes, but I want to use them. And that's what's so wonderful about acquiring housewares, especially glassware that's been around for 90 plus years, is that they were once used and loved. And now you have the opportunity to use them and love on them as well. You know, it's such a wonderful, wonderful thing, collecting. So that is what was going down, what is going down here in the tiny studio. So maybe later on, when that next set of packages arrive for my tablescape in my dining room, I'll let you see those, and then I'm going to share with you how my table actually looks, and let you see that. When you're planning a fall winter tablescape, it becomes really involved, because not only am I concerned about the plates and the bowls and the cups and things that go with the tablescape, but I'm also concerned with the napkins, you know, the napkin holders or rings. I have now crochet doilies on my table. So I'm thinking about, you know, going thrifting and finding some vintage or antique handkerchiefs, or not handkerchiefs, well, yeah, you can use handkerchiefs, napkins, all of those cool things. I'm looking for them now, because in my mind I have an idea about what I want, and I'm going to introduce the fall color of orange or gold into my tablescape and into my the formal areas of my home. Um, and in my kitchen area. I'm also like a feng shui person as part of my Chinese heritage. So I'm also a feng shui person. So I'm not just thinking about colors in the sense of just using colors for like fall and winter and things like that. I'm also using colors as power points of energy. So like in my primary bedroom, I've changed the colors to platinum, silver, and like a royal purple. And those are points of energy, because that silver, that platinum is about the metals, the metals. And then the royal purple is about the energy of positivity, um, creativity. And that's why these curtains here in the tiny studio, they're going to be purple as well, because I want to bring that feng shui, that energy, uh, I want to be able to mine that energy that comes from colors. I want to be able to use colors to, help infuse me with the things that I need to progress throughout my day. Um, that's kind of who I am. I really don't get into a lot of talking a lot about certain things, because I don't know. I was thinking about starting another channel where I talk about feng shui, and I talk about energy and things of that nature, um, get into my spirituality, the spirituality of it all, the universality of it all. And maybe I'll get into it next month. What I have in plan for you next month is I will be doing some type of filming every single day of the month of November, because November is my favorite month of the year. Why? Because November is my birthday month. So for the entire month of November, I will be filming. So get ready for that. So I'm going to be posting, doing polls and whatnot on my community page, and I'm going to be asking questions, asking you, the Tiny Studio guest, questions about topics that you may perhaps want me to discuss during the 30 days of November. You know how people had that, people are going to have that, the 28 days or 30 days, 31 days of Christmas vlogging. They're going to do that. A lot of YouTubers are going to be into that for the month of December. But I decided that for the month of November, since that is my favorite month, we are going to do the 30 days of vlogging with Nell. And every day I'm going to be talking about something. It's going to be challenging, but I want to see if I can do it every day. Commit to coming into the Tiny Studio every single day for whatever length of time, and just have something to talk about with you, and it could be I'm showing you how to crochet. It could be I'm talking about a book that I'm reading, because in my professional life, what do? I am a journalist. I am a journalist and a book reviewer. So that's what I do in my real life outside the Tiny Studio. Well, sometimes inside the Tiny Studio. But I may talk about that, or I may do a tutorial on something that you may be interested in. And that's why the polls are going to be really important to us setting the month of November up, so that the topics will be something that you are interested in, that you'll be interested in. And that's because you will have been included in that process of putting together the topics that we can discuss here in the Tiny Studio. I mean, maybe you want to discuss something about menopause or weight loss, because I'm on a weight loss journey. I don't know if you've noticed it, but I have indeed been shrinking. So what am I doing? Do you want to know? That could be something that we talk about. You know, I'm a psychotherapist, so I'm in grad school. So, maybe there's some things that you want to talk about that has to do with or concerning that. Just let me know, and we can get ready for a great November. November with Nell every day. That should be fun. I'm saying that it should be fun, but it's going to be a lot of work, but I am committed to it. I'm definitely committed to it. So I'm going to hop off of here. I'm going to put these dishes away. I need to wash them and get them prepared. And I'm just going to relax. I'm going to turn on some music and just chill. That's what I'm going to do. Just relax, because it is Saturday, right? Yes. and make some phone calls, check in with my family, make sure they're okay, and just relax, because that's what the weekend is for, right? It's for relaxing. Yes, it is. So thank you so much for hanging out with me here in the tiny studio. I really appreciate it, and I really thank you, and I value your time. If you have not already subscribed to Simply Nell's Tiny Studio channel, please go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button. And wait a minute, if you have not already hit the like button and you're already subscribed, or if you have not subscribed, why don't you do so right now? I'll wait. Thank you so much. Because, it really costs you absolutely nothing to subscribe and to hit that like button. If you would like to also become a sustainable member of the channel, there will be a link in this video or in the description box of this video that will give you the information on how you can become a sustainable member of Simply Nell's Tiny Studio, because the studio does not it does not run itself. I have equipment around here that I use to film videos, and there are expenses such as the light and lighting and microphones, and all those things are expensive, to run a studio, to run a channel. And as you probably already know, because if you turn on your television right now, that's the reason why there are ads, because a channel, a network does not sustain itself. It needs support as well. And Simply Nell's Tiny Studio needs your support. Okay, so that is all that I have for you guys today. I hate to say this out loud, or tell you this, but we're all family here, right? Child, a hot flash is coming, so I need to hop off of here. I need to, and what I'm also going to do is I'm going to order some black cohosh, because black cohosh is really good in helping with the hot flashes. So I'm going to order that on Amazon today, as soon as I hop off of here, because these hot flashes are crazy. And believe it or not, I have a fan on too. I don't even know if you can hear it, but I have a fan on the other side of the room, pointing directly at me, and I am hot. I'm starting to burn. So I am going to hop off of here. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time here in the Tiny Studio. Bye-bye.